everybody, this is GeGe from GeGe Yoga. I'm here today with a short practice which is all about sciatica and relieving sciatic pain. So you don't need any equipment for this class, just your comfy clothes and a mat, and let's get started. So we're going to start in all fours, tabletop position. So make your way there. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulder points, the knees underneath the hip points, and we're just going to start by warming up the body. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the chin, give us a little smile. And as you exhale, round everything in, really exaggerate through the back. Again, inhale. And exhale. Twice more. Inhale. You can close the eyes, enjoy the sensations. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. And a lovely exhale. Start to bring the hips back towards the heels, coming into a child's pose here. And then you're going to start to snake the belly all the way down to the ground, like a little snake coming up into your cobra. And then as you exhale, come down to the belly, push yourself back to a child's pose. So thinking cat-cow with this motion, you're snaking through, arching that back, inhale. And then you're exhaling, coming down, back to your child's pose. Once more, just like that, just really warming up. Keep the elbows close into the body. Lovely job. And come back to all fours, tabletop position. So what I want you to do is to tuck the right toes under and start to push them back. And just give it a gentle rock back and forth, warming up through that calf muscle, a little bit through the entire leg, opening up through those feet as well, who've been trapped in shoes all day, potentially. Lovely. And then start to draw a quarter circle over to the right with that foot. Plant the sole of the foot down, so it's shooting straight out from your right hip here. The whole sole of the foot is down. And try and keep your hips as even as you can, but try not to arch too much into the back either. So no collapsing here. Nice neutral spine. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, feeling that inner groin turn on. You might be feeling a little bit of sensation down that right inner groin. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Bring your left hand to center, keep your legs where they are, and then start to take that right hand all the way up to the sky, doing a lovely little twist through the middle of your body. And then we're going to thread the needle here. So take the right arm underneath the left one, and then you can take the left arm out in front of you if you want. So this is a really nice twisted position. Now, you might be struggling to find space here. If that is the case, just press back up onto your left hand and you can just come down to your elbow, down to the top of your forearm, eventually working downwards, downwards, downwards into the ground. A couple of breaths here. Okay, start to press into your left hand to come all the way back up, and with mindfulness, bring that right knee back to tabletop position. You can bump the hips side to side, just reset. So why do we stretch the entire leg muscle when we're trying to relieve sciatic pain? Well, the sciatic nerve runs all the way down the backs of your legs. surrounded by your hamstring muscles, all of that good stuff, the IT band running down the side a little bit as well. It's all surrounded, so that means when the hamstrings are stiff, most likely that's affecting your sciatic nerve as well. So we do a lot of hamstring stretches to help with sciatic pain. So curl those left toes under, shoot that left foot out and back and forth, back and forth. Try not to collapse your upper body in, doming just ever so slightly through that upper back, moving the shoulder blades away from each other. And then here we go, let's draw that quarter circle all the way round to the left. Then plant the sole of the left foot down, down, down. An option here, by the way, is to grab a block and just bring the ground to you a little bit more. Wherever you're at today is okay. We just want you to be comfortable. And then inhale here and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, take that right hand underneath your chin bone and then reach the left arm all the way up to the sky, taking that twist. And then let's thread the needle under. So your palm is facing up, sliding under, and then that right arm is going to come all the way out in front if that's what you want to do. Like I said, you can also be propped up onto your elbow and your hand. And take a couple of breaths here. Beautiful. Start to press into the right hand. Come back up with mindfulness. That leg might be feeling a little bit tense, a bit stiff. Bring that knee back to your tabletop position, bumping the hips. Doing a little booty dance. And then here we go. Walk the hands slightly forward, tuck both toes under and lift the hips up high, high, high. It's your first downwards facing dog of today's practice. So drop the head down the middle of the shoulders and take some knee bends. You can come high up onto the toes and then press the heels down. You can have a gentle bend in the knees. Just really warming up into these hamstrings. As I said, that's really important for helping with all of the other surrounding muscles and nerves. Nothing is working on its own here. And then start to walk the feet. Slowly, slowly does it towards the hands. So coming into a forward fold at the top of the mat. And you can have a generous bend in the knees here. Grab opposite elbows, take a gentle sway. Let your arms, your upper back be heavy. And then start to roll all the way up to standing. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Taking care of that spine. And do all the fiddling you need to do. And stand in Tadasana Mountain Pose. Palms are open. Slight tuck in that tailbone. Belly slightly towards spine. Little lift in the chest, lift in the chin. Close the eyes, ground the feet. We're just going to take one round of some salutations just to keep that body warm, keep the motion of the ocean going. Here we go. Inhale. Reach all the way up to the sky and exhale. Fold all the way down. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Find length, length, length. And exhale, soften and bend down. Plant the palms, step it back to your plank pose, keeping the bum down, and then lower the knees and lower the body down, bending those elbows into the body. Inhale. Cobra, keeping the hips on the ground. And exhale, press into your hands through tabletop, back to downwards dog. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Okay, bring the right foot between the hands, coming down into a low lunge. So your low lunge may look different to mine. It's depending on how much flexibility you have. Depends on your hips. Everybody is different. So my low lunge is quite low, but this is also a low lunge. So whatever feels good to you. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, shift the hips back, coming into half split. So really, really getting into these hamstrings right now. Flex the toes towards the face. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, shift it back. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, shift it back. Really active through the legs and finding length through that torso. Come forward, plant the palms, tuck the back toes, step it back and downwards facing dog. And exactly the same on the other side. So bringing that left foot through between the hands, bring that back knee down, tuck up and tuck the back toes, totally up to you. Inhale, reach all the way up. And here you're probably going to feel a bit of a stretch down that front thigh, the hip flex of the quad. And exhale, take it back. Inhale, hinge it forward. And exhale, take it back. You can have a slight bend in this front leg. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Whew. Feels really good. Come forward, plant the palms, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, stepping it back to your plank, and then bum goes up to downwards facing dog. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, let's add on a little bit. So bring in the right foot through between the hands, come into your low lunge. Inhale. And exhale, take it back. Inhale. And exhale, hinge it back. This time, hinge it forward, keep the hands on the ground, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and your entire body and your feet are going to turn towards the right. Okay, so you're coming to the outsides of both of your feet. And you may want to wiggle this top foot down a little bit, depending on how your hips feel today. And this is likely to feel like a really intense stretch, just warning. So if you're up here and you're like, that's enough for me, totally cool. But lower your hips down as far as feels comfortable for you. You're going to feel that stretch on the IT band. So all the way down the outside of that right thigh. Start to take your hand over, look at your hand, and then pulsing it up. So lifting the hips up to the sky, lifting the right hand up and over. 2. And last one of these. And then coming up and over. Do a quick pyramid posture with your legs, just flexing the right toes up to the face. And then bend into that front knee, step it back to plank, then up to down dog. Let's do all of that on the other side. So left foot through between the hands. Inhale. And exhale, half splits, take it back. Inhale. And exhale, half splits, take it back. Keeping the hands on the ground, hinge it forward. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and start to turn over to the left. Your feet follow. Again, wiggle that left foot down a little bit if you want, and start to sink the hips. Look back at that left hand. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arm, and exhale, pulse it down. Inhale. And exhale, just one more of these, you got it. Inhale. And exhale. This time, Take it up and over, straighten both of those legs and flex the left toes towards your face. Coming back into that lunge, step it back to your plank pose and then down dog. Beautiful job, guys. Couple of deep breaths here. We're going to come into pigeon pose. So I want you to sweep your right leg all the way up to the sky, three-legged dog, really briefly here, and then start to sweep that right foot forward. So your knee is going to come next to your right thumb, and then the foot is going to come closer towards your left thumb. So you got almost like I would say a right angle, but again, everybody's hips are different. So the closer that your right foot is towards your groin, the more comfortable it's probably going to feel, and the further that foot is away, so more of a right angle, likely the more intense it's going to feel. And then once you're there, sit up tall and breathe. Make sure that back knee's tucked under. Start to just lift slightly up and out, turning your hips even more towards the front of the mat. Think 2 headlights on your hips, and then sink it down. And then from here, option to stay here, or you can start to come forward onto your fingertips, your forearms, or your hands. Last breath in, and start to press yourself all the way up. Plant the palms down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and with care, press yourself back to a downwards facing dog. Just feeling the difference between the 2 legs. It's probably going to feel quite notable that one side is feeling a little bit warmer. Let's take that on the other side. So 3-legged dog, take the left leg all the way up to the sky. And exhale, bring it through between your hands. Come into that pigeon position. You will likely have one side that's tighter than the other. For a lot of people, it's the left side. So be kind to yourself. Sit up tall. And then start to just lift yourself slightly out. Make sure that back knee's tucked under, the hips are facing forwards, and start to fold down. Last breath in, and start to press yourself up, plant the palms, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and take yourself back to down dog. Just staying here for a couple of breaths, stretching out those hamstrings. And then start to drop the knees, sit back onto the heels. And pop onto one side of your bum, take the legs out long in front of you. I want you to flex both feet and then bring the right leg up, so you're planting the sole of the foot on the ground. Hug that knee towards the chest and then lift the chest. So both buttocks are firmly on the ground here, both feet super active. And then start to take a twist here. So you're going to start to move your chest. Your upper body alone moves over to the right, looking over that right shoulder. And then it might feel right to put those fingertips behind or not. Breathing deeply and make sure that you're not slouching in, nice and tall through that chest. Make sure that you're pulling that right knee in towards midline to avoid it just splaying out as it is prone to do. And start to make your way back. Swap the legs out. So bring that left leg in. Pull the knee in towards the chest, and then lift the chest in turn. And let's start taking that twist. So turning over to the left, try and keep your legs exactly as they are, nice and active, nice and strong. And then looking over that left shoulder, again, option to take those left fingertips behind and then pulling that knee back towards the midline. And start to make your way back to center. And let that leg go as well. Bring your right knee nice and bent here. Bring the right foot towards the groin. And then the left leg is going to go out long, flex the toes. The body's facing forward, so we're wanting to stretch along the side of the leg here, and along the side of the body. As I said, everything's connected. So keep that body facing forward here. And then taking the left hand, so same arm as the outstretched leg, down the inside of it, you're going to reach the right arm up and over. You're going to keep that chest open, so no collapsing in here. Keep the chest open and then just work on stretching even further down into that leg. You're probably going to feel some sensation down the right side of your body into maybe that right glute, right hip as well. One more deep breath in. And exhale, brings you back up. Nice and easy, same on the other side. So bringing the legs in and then taking the other leg out long to the side. Again, the hips are facing forwards. We're not facing towards this leg, facing towards the long edge of your mat. And then slide that right hand down. Lift the left arm all the way up to the sky and up and over. Open up through that chest, breathe into the left rib cage. Last deep breath in. And exhale. Come all the way back up. Great job, guys. Swing your legs around. Plant the soles of the feet on the ground. Hold the backs of your legs. We're coming all the way down to our back. Keep both soles of the feet planted into the ground. They don't have to be too close, don't worry. And then you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest. And usually I would interlace the hands over the shin, but instead we're going to go behind. So interlace behind the thigh. And then from here, you're going to inhale and exhale as you pull that knee towards your chest. Again, inhale. And exhale, pull even closer. Keep that lower back on the mat, really important. Inhale. And exhale. And then from here, from this point, start to straighten that leg. So you should be at a little bit more of a stretch because you brought that knee closer towards your chest. And now just work with your breath, don't hold it. See how much more of a stretch you can get out of this right hamstring. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Bring that leg back towards the center midline and then cross right foot over the left thigh. So coming into figure four legs. Actively push without actually touching your right knee. Push it away from you. And then you can stay here, or you can interlace the hands behind the left thigh, or you can use a strap. I don't currently have one with me. And pull it closer to you. You're probably going to feel a lot of sensation into that right glute, down the side of the right thigh. And both feet should be super active. The one that's on top of the thigh needs to be active to protect the knee joint. And the other one, you should feel like you're pressing into an invisible wall. One more deep breath in. And exhale, start to unravel. Beautiful. Everything on the other side. So coming in towards your chest with that knee, interlace the hands around the back of the thigh. Inhale here and exhale, pull. Inhale and exhale, pull. One more time, inhale, exhale, pull, and then start to straighten that leg as best you can. Again, option to have a strap here behind the thigh. It's always an option. There's no shame in using props. One more deep breath in. And start to bring that leg back towards the midline, crossing left foot over right thigh, and then same on the other side as on the other side. Picking that foot up and interlacing the hands behind the thigh, actively pressing that left knee away from you. This is definitely a stiffer side for me. I can really feel that in my left glute. Active in those feet, lower back is flush with the mat. Last deep breath in and exhale, unravel. Lovely. Last stretch of the practice. Take both legs out long this time. Really flex through the feet. Active through both feet. And you have the option again to use a strap here depending on how much space you have in your body. But start to take your right leg, right straight leg, all the way up to the sky. You can have a slight bend in the knee, of course. And then from here, grab your leg wherever you can. So it could be thigh, it could be calf, it could be foot, wherever is comfortable for you. And again, just pulling. So you might get a little bit more of an intense stretch because the other leg is out long, which would be completely natural. Just stick with it. And go to a point where you feel sensation, maybe a little bit of soreness, but if there's anything that resembles genuine pain, shooting pain is something you may feel if you're dealing with nerve issues here, please come out of the stretch. And then guiding this leg either by the foot, by the big toe, or by the side of the leg over towards the right, okay? So it doesn't have to be all the way to the ground. It's not a competition. You can have it just here or even here. Just slightly to the side is good. And then start to bring that leg back up. And then we're going to take it the opposite way. So you really don't need to go far with this one to feel sensation. So either to the outside of a foot, the outside of the leg, you're just going to cross it over. And I don't want you to roll your body over. Keep that back as much as you can on the mat. It's going to lift ever so slightly as normal. But it doesn't need to be all the way down here. You'll definitely feel that sensation just by crossing that hip over, that leg over. Really active through that right foot. One more deep breath in. Exhale back to center, and then with control, as slow as you can, even slower. take that foot down. All of that on the other side. Here we go. Flex the feet. Take the left foot all the way up to the sky and then grabbing it where you can. Wherever feels good to you, start to pull. And when I say pull, I don't mean like slam dunk, rip your body apart. No, when I say pull, I just mean like a gentle tug. Soften the mouth. You might be gritting your teeth. There's an alarm outside. That's annoying. And then start to take that leg to the side, so grabbing either the side of the foot, the big toe, or the side of the leg, and start to take it over towards the left. I didn't mention before, your right arm can be out over to the right as well. And then try and prevent that right hip from lifting up, because it's going to want to. So you can actually have that right hand on the hip if you want to, make sure that it's staying down. And start to bring that leg back up to center, and then here comes the slightly more uncomfortable one, the IT band stretch. So just crossing left leg over right. Again, doesn't need to be a huge cross. And just feeling that sensation down the left side of the thigh. Even you may feel it a little bit into your ankle and your foot. One more deep breath in, and bring it back to center, and start to lower that leg all the way down. Beautiful. Heading into your Shavasana. So is there any wiggles or poses you want to personally finish with before you head into Shavasana? Feel free to do so, but if not, you're with me. Dropping your ankles out to the side, dropping your hands open, tucking your chin slightly to your chest, and taking rest. Start to come back into your breath, back into your body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe you take some head and neck movements. And then roll onto one side of your body into a fetal position. My favourite bit of the practice. And start to press yourself all the way back up to a cross-legged seated position. Bring the hands to the knees. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and another. And one more. Hands come to heart center. Thank you for allowing me to connect with you as you reconnect with your body, and remembering that everything in your body is connected. Nothing acts on its own. So take care of your whole self, body, mind. Namaste.